So good day, everyone. In this lecture, we are going to focus on conditional statements. So why do we need this? There are some circumstances wherein a statement can only be true based on some conditions. Okay, so we will learn that in this video. Okay, so the conditional statement is also called as the implication. Suppose we have two statements P and Q. The implication of P and Q is the statement, if P, then Q. Okay, take note of the if then na clause. All right, so we can say that this is conditional because P implying Q asserts that Q is true on the condition that P holds. Okay, so it is also denoted as using this expression. Okay, so in this P implies Q, the P is called as the hypothesis, or in some other books, it's the antecedent or the premise, and Q is the conclusion. Okay, so here is the truth table for the implication. Okay, so we notice that, or take note that P implies Q is true when both of P and Q are true, and when P is false, no matter what the value of Q. Okay, again, the P implies Q is true if both P and Q are true, and if the P is false regardless of the value of Q. Okay, so even if Q is true or false, if P is false, then the P implies Q will be true. Okay, so conditional statements play such an essential role in mathematical reasoning. That's why there are a variety of terminologies that have been used to express the implication. Okay, some of these are if P then Q. You have already encountered this one. P implies Q, Q if P, P only if Q, P is sufficient for P, Q is necessary for P, etc. So a useful way to understand the truth value of a conditional statement is thinking of the statement as an obligation or a contract. Okay, so let's have an example. Okay, so suppose we have a statement, if I am elected, then 1 kilogram of rice will be 20 pesos. Okay, so we have the P, a politician is elected, and Q, the 1 kilogram of rice will be reduced to 20 pesos. Okay, suppose that the politician is elected, meaning the P will be true. The voters would expect that 1 kilogram of rice will be 20 pesos. Okay, so furthermore, if the politician is not elected, meaning this P is false, then the voters will not have any expectations that the rice will be reduced to the price of 20 pesos. The price of 1 kilogram rice will be 20 pesos. Okay, so meaning if P is false and Q is false, then the implication still holds true. Okay, although the person might have an influence to cause those in power to lower the price of rice. So suppose the politician was not elected, but the 1 kilogram of rice is already 20 or false, true, then the condition could still be considered as true. It's only when the politician is elected but does not lower the price of 1 kilogram of rice to 20 pesos that the politician has broken the campaign pledge. So that means that your P is true, meaning the politician has been elected, but the 1 kilogram of rice is still not yet at 20 pesos, which means that the Q is false. So that means that the condition has been, that the condition results to false. The result of the condition results to false, okay? Meaning the politician has broken the campaign na pledge, okay? So that's a useful way of thinking, of understanding the implication. So let's have another example. Suppose your boss makes you the following promise. If you meet the month end deadline, then you will get a bonus. So you can think of it like, if you pass all your requirements in ComSci 56, then you will pass this course. Okay, so under what circumstances are you justified in saying that your boss spoke falsely? Okay, so let's have this. Let P be you meet the month end deadline, and Q, you get a bonus. Okay, it can be written this way. Okay, the implication P implies Q is false only when P is true, meaning when you met the month end deadline and you did not get a bonus. So a conditional or implication statement that is true by virtue of the fact that its hypothesis is false is said to be vacuously true or true by default. Let's examine it one by one. So suppose you did meet the deadline, and you got the bonus. So the implication is true. Okay. Now you met the deadline and did not get a bonus. Then what does that mean? Your boss did not do as promised. So if P is true and Q is false, then the implication is also false. Now, you did not meet the deadline, but you got the bonus. Okay? So parang sinabi natin na you did not submit your requirements, but you still passed the subject. So, well, your boss did not lie. Your boss did promise nothing if you did not meet the month and the deadline. Okay? So if P is false and Q is true, then the implication can still be true. And lastly, you did not meet the deadline and you did not get a bonus. So that means that your boss did not lie. Your boss promised you a bonus if you met the month and deadline and went true to his words. So if P is false and Q is false, then P implies Q is true. Okay. So on the next lecture video, we will be discussing converse, inverse, and contrapositive.